Yo, what's up, guys? So today we got something pretty important to talk about. I think this is something that a lot of people have been forgetting when trying to get into streaming, like modern day streaming, right? In 2025, we're halfway through 2025. Pretty soon we're going to be in 2026, and there's a lot of things that have changed. Coming from the last like 5, 6, 7 years, all the advice that people have given you about streaming pretty much has gone out the window now. And I'm going to explain that to you. I'm going to break that down to you in this video. So real quick, before we get into that, if you guys are aspiring to be a streamer on whatever platforms you desire, you want to stand out from that crowd of a million streamers out there, and you want to make your stream pop and look really nice, you guys got to check out the sponsor for today's video, Own.tv. Owned.tv is your one-stop shop for fresh new graphics for your stream. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick, you'll find something that's a perfect fit for your channel. They offer full themed overlay packages, which are great if you're trying to give your stream a complete makeover, but let's say you're looking to pick up some new alert graphics, don't worry, because they've got you covered there too. You could find single graphics such as alerts, emotes, banners, panels, and logos as well. And one of the best parts about these overlays is that they are completely modular. So if you and your friends all pick up the same overlay, such as this Rodan one right here, you could change the colors and tweak it to match your brand, and none of you will have the exact same overlay. If you're looking to take your stream to the next level, be sure to check out Own.tv using my link below to support the channel. And don't forget, use code HAMMER at checkout for an additional 50% off your order. Now, back to the video. All right, so let's kick this off by talking about the title of this video. You're wasting your time streaming on one platform. And now I know a lot of you probably clicked on this because you're like, oh, well, really? What am I doing wrong? What, am I wasting my time by doing this? Am I wasting my time by doing this? How can I be not wasting my time? How could I be using my time productively? And that's what we're going to dive into and talk about today. I've written out an entire list of all of these things to explain to you guys. So let's just dive in, right? So why streaming to just one platform is a waste of time in 2025 has a lot of reasons behind it, right? So for number one, you're putting all of your eggs in one basket, right? If Twitch or YouTube bans you, goes down, or changes their algorithm, your entire audience literally will disappear overnight. Now, you guys have seen what happened to Nutty last week, I'm sure. Nutty's a big OBS YouTuber, tons of great tutorials, plugin videos, a lot of stuff. He's a pretty big creator. He got banned over on Twitch, and he got banned over on Twitch for a pretty silly reason, right? Every single platform kind of encourages multi-streaming at this point, Kick being the biggest advocate for multi-streaming, except for Twitch. Now, I don't want to knock Twitch, but they're the one platform that's like, yeah, you can multi-stream and it's okay, but we don't want you taking viewers off of Twitch. When you're multi-streaming, they don't want you to tell your viewers, go check out my YouTube, go over to my Kick, follow me on there. They don't want to see your Kick chat from the stream, your YouTube chat. They don't want to see alerts popping up for follows, subs, donos on any other platform. They just want to see Twitch stuff on Twitch, but you are allowed to multi-stream. So essentially, that's pretty much what Nutty got banned for. He had like a widget showing chat from other streaming platforms because everyone is doing this now. Everyone who knows what they're doing is multi-streaming, because putting all your eggs in basket is a really bad thing. And this is a clear-cut example of why streaming to just one platform is a bad thing. Now he's banned on Twitch, right? Unbelievable, in my opinion. I think it's a little ridiculous. Every other streaming platform kind of encourages the multi-streaming, whereas Twitch says, yes, you can do it, but we only want you to focus on Twitch. Very weird. Another reason would be that, the growth is just slower and more painful, right? Each platform has its own discoverability issues. So why limit your chances of only being seen in one place? If you're streaming on all of these platforms, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, you have such bigger chances of being seen, maybe getting a nice raid or a host from a bigger streamer somewhere. It just makes more sense. There's no reason to stick to just one platform. You're invisible to entirely new audiences that are maybe on these other platforms, whether it's, TikTok or even vertical streaming on YouTube Shorts, whatever it is. You are invisible to these audiences if you are not multi-streaming. So Platform loyalty is another one that I want to talk about, right? Back in the day, it used to make sense to be loyal to your platform. Well, that is not the case anymore. Platform loyalty absolutely does not pay. Streaming platforms no longer reward loyalty. There is no discoverability boosts, no algorithm favors, just absolutely saturated directories, on these platforms. So being loyal to one streaming platform, throw it out the window. You're wasting your time. There's absolutely no reason to do it. Algorithm control and audience gatekeeping. On single platforms, your growth is at the mercy of their rules, priorities, and whims. And we can go right back to the Nutty situation, how he got banned on Twitch. You're limited by these platforms in specific ways, each with their own TOS or whatever. Now, if you're just streaming, talking to your chat, playing games, whatever, you don't have widgets up, splitting all the chats and all this stuff so it's visible to everyone, you really won't run into many problems on Twitch unless you're being extremely controversial or talking about, crazy shit, right? But either way, let's say you multi-streamed on like Kick, YouTube, and TikTok, you're allowed to have all those things. Once you throw Twitch into the mix is when you start really kind of having to make sure you're following the rules. Otherwise, it will result in a ban, like what happened to our friend Nutty, right? You're losing on cross-platform momentum if you're not multi-streaming. Shorts on YouTube, lives on TikTok, clips on Kick can all funnel new viewers to your content, but not if you're only live on one place. If you're live in all of these places, when you shut down your stream for the end of the night, you have your Twitch VOD that you can pull clips from, your Kick VOD that you can pull clips from, your YouTube live stream, you could keep it listed as a public video. People can go back and watch it later. You have your TikTok audience building up, whatever it is. There's no reason to not be building all of these at one time anymore. It used to be what people used to say, and we'll go back about 5 years. People used to be like, no, only stream to one because it, dilutes the viewer experience if you're talking to multiple chats here, and here. Absolutely not the case. This has been proven to be not true. It doesn't work. And all that happens by streaming to just one platform is that you really do hinder your growth and grow at a much, much lower, speed than everybody else. Another thing we could talk about is revenue streams, right? You're ignoring tons and tons of new revenue streams. You got your donations on TikTok, subs on Kick, donations on Kick, ad revenue from YouTube, subs on Twitch, donations on Twitch. You're literally leaving money on the table if you're streaming to only one of these platforms, right? If you broke that down and looked at all of these revenue streams, if you're streaming on all these platforms, and then you looked out on this side and said, okay, if I only stream on Twitch, or I only stream on YouTube, or I only stream on Kick, you're going to literally have like 25% of the revenue streams that you would have by just multi-streaming on all these from day one. And if if you're already been streaming for a while, there's no reason to not start multi-streaming now. You might as well, right? It's not, the barrier to entry for multi-streaming has become a lot lower for people, right? It used to be that you needed subscriptions, or you needed to use Restream, or you needed to pay a lot of money to do this stuff. Not the case anymore. There's free plugins out there. I have a video, I'll link it, in the cards here. Free plugins that allow you to just set up multi-stream, and you literally can go live on like 4 or 5 platforms with the click of one button. It's crazy, completely free now. So it's not like, some kind of big tech barrier that you have to learn a bunch of stuff and pass. It's not at all. It's very simple. If you guys want to learn how to do that, click the video that I put in the cards here. And you got to just remember, the number one rule of this game is that other streamers will take the viewers that you ignore. While you're locked into Twitch, or you're locked into YouTube, or you're locked into Kick, someone else is scooping up passive TikTok traffic, Kick traffic, Twitch traffic, YouTube traffic. If you're not doing it, someone else will. And it's hard to make you understand this if you haven't been in this game for a long time, maybe if you're new, but it's a cutthroat world in the content creation world, especially the streaming world. YouTube is a little bit more family friendly, more, easygoing to get into. There's actual formulas you can follow if you do everything right. It's almost impossible to not grow if you follow the right steps. But when it comes to streaming, man, streaming is a pretty cutthroat industry. So I want you guys, if you're out there right now, if you're someone who's been streaming for years, whether you're big or small, if you haven't even started and you want to start now, you absolutely should be going live on as many platforms as you possibly can, starting now. There's no reason not to. Just make sure you're following TOS. You know, if you are multi-streaming to all these platforms plus Twitch, Twitch does not like you showing, you know, your chats from other platforms, your alerts from other platforms. You really got to just focus in on only Twitch, but you can still multi-stream to those other platforms. If you're not just, if you're not multi-streaming to Twitch, you don't have to worry about it that much. But either way, even if you are, I'd still suggest multi-streaming in every way possible. It is just better. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Let me know your experiences down in the comments below. If this video helped you out, like it. Go follow me over on Kick, kick.com/hammerdance. I'll pin a comment down below. We multi-stream everywhere. I'm trying to build up a nice audience on Kick right now because I want, I have an audience on pretty much every platform but Kick. So I'm trying to grow that. So if you guys want to support the channel and help me out, please go drop me a follow on Kick and come tune into the streams Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But really, that's it. So subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I want you all to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.